Okay, we're back again. We're going to keep going on chapter one's coursework until we get this done. Okay, so get rid of this screen and share my screen. And here is the problem. We're working on this cash flow statement. So we're ready to put in our titles. Okay, cash flow from operating activities, cash flow from investing activities, and financing. Put the labels in. Okay, so then cash. So we're going to go back up here and look at our grid and look at what cash had in the beginning. It had 0. So it went from 0 to 29,700. So if you look at the bottom of the cash flow statement, it has November 1st. We're actually in July. So let's go get cash balance as of July 1, cash balance as of July 31st. Okay, it started with 0. It has 29,700 now. So it had a net increase of exactly the balance because this is the first month of business. Net increase in cash, 29,700. Okay, we had cash received from customers. Okay, so we got cash received from customers. So we'll start on this upper part here. Cash received from customers. So this is just the cash. This isn't all the revenue. So when we go up and look at cash, when cash goes up for 106,000, that's because we received cash for revenue from customers. Okay, that's the only one that is revenue. All right, so 60,000. And then the cash paid for expenses and creditors, I think is what we want. Cash paid for expenses and to creditors. Okay, this is all about the operations of the business. And so if you look at the grid, we're going to put all these expenses in down here at the bottom. So I'm going to start with 60,000. Okay. 33,600, 14,400, 3,800, 6,900, and then the amount we paid to a creditor. Okay, a creditor. So we paid $3,400 to a creditor. So this, and now let's see if we can get a balance. 122,100. Let's see if we're right. 122. Oh, this should be 106. My fault. 106. Okay. Then this should be 122,100. So if I take 106, which is the cash received, and if I subtract the cash paid, we have a negative 16,100. Let's see if we're right. Hopefully so. Nope, that's not correct. Sorry about that. Okay, so let's see what we've got here. 106 is correct. Cash paid for expenses and 2 creditors. So some of this, the cash, oh, I know, it's the supplies. All right. So what you have to watch is each expense that's paid for cash. Let's start over on this list. So the first thing we paid in cash was cash to creditors. So I'm going to put that down. Then the next that we paid was rent. Okay. Then the next that was paid was salaries. Then the next, oh, here is 14,400 and 6,900. So together that's 21,300. Okay. So we've got 33,600. We've got this one that we paid to creditors, cash going down. We've got cash going down for 33,600. We've got cash going down for 21,300. And then 60,000. That should be it. So 118,300. Let's see if that is more of what they're looking at. 118. Oh, let's see if you have to put it in as a negative. 300. Okay, so then we get a negative 12,300. Okay, that is correct. But because operating caused net cash to go down, okay, net cash to go down, net cash flows used from operating activities. That's what you use. Used means it's a negative cash flow. Okay, we're going to go down to financing. We'll come back to investing. I don't think there's anything for investing. So financing had cash received from common stock, issuing common stock, cash received from issuing common stock. There it is. And then I think we had cash paying out for dividends. Let's put these in. Cash paid out for dividends. Cash paid out as dividends. Okay, so we go back up to the grid. How much came in? 52,000 from common stock. Okay, and dividends went out for 10,000, I think. Yes, there it is. That's the dividend column. Down it goes. So this is still a positive number. Okay, 42,000. And then this is cash, net cash flows used, no, net cash flows from financing. Okay, net cash flows from financing. This one right here. Okay, I think we've got this one now. So there was nothing in this section that affected cash. Okay, so I think we're finished with that one. Now the last one is this one. And this is the grid. All right, this is the grid, and then we've got to fill in the grid. Once we fill in the grid, then we can do an income statement, a statement of stockholders' equity, and a balance sheet. So no more cash flows, thankfully. Okay, so I'm just going to do the instructions with the accounting grid first. Okay, so I'm going to slide this over, and we're just going to use, I don't think I need anything for, okay, so I'm going to make this pretty small so I can try to see it. Sorry about that. You do have to put pluses and minuses in as you go. And I'm going to read this from my book. So I am going to stop